In the grain market of Constantinople, one can find goods from all over the known world. The grain market has 67 main streets, each named after their guide, work there, as well as dozens of side alleys. There are some to 3,000 to 4,000 shops, as well as mosques, warehouses, workrooms, trade schools, and other services. The grain market of Constantinople had the largest concentration and variety of goods for any sale anywhere. The city was located in one of the most important international routes in the world.
The early Ottoman Empire. When the Mongols moved westward, many Turkish tribes were driven away from their homelands in Central Asia. Some of the Turkish tribes converted to Islam and established small states in Asia Minor. Around the 1300s, a chief named Osman and his followers became known as the Ottomans. Ottoman armies conquered and united many lands in Asia Minor. These conquests formed the core of the Ottoman Empire. As the Ottoman Empire expanded, Christian forces were alarmed and assembled an army to defeat them. They were not strong enough for the Ottomans.
In the Ottoman Empire, all campaigns of conquest were either led by the Sultan or directed by him. The Sultan was the ruler of the Ottoman Empire. No rules determined which prince should be the heir. Princes fought among themselves to become the Sultan. In fact, the winner often killed his brothers to eliminate their possible threat to his power. The cell of mosque symbolized the majesty of the Ottoman Empire. The Sultan was advised on state affairs by the Grand Vizier, or Prime Minister. The Grand Vizier oversaw a political system that extended throughout the empire. He also headed the governing council called the Imperial Council, or Divan, which decided legal and personal complaints. From the early 1500s and for the following 150 years, high-ranking women held great political power. The Arabic word harem means sanctuary or sacred place. Slaves played a unique role in the Ottoman Empire. Many different ethnic groups were slaves: Africans, Eastern Europeans, and especially Russians. One kind of slave, however, was highly unusual. Some parents wanted their children to become part of the Janissary Corps, for there they might achieve wealth and power. The Ottoman Empire absorbed, trained, and deployed its newly conquered people. Its military conquest continued. The most famous of these conquests was the capture of Constantinople by the Ottoman Sultan Mehmed the Conqueror in 1453. The Ottoman Turks had tried to take the Byzantine walled city of Constantinople 7 times but had failed each time. The Sultan Mehmed's victory fulfilled the call from Muhammad some 800 years earlier for the Muslims to conquer Constantinople. The city was called Istanbul by the Muslims and became the new capital of their empire. The capital city of Istanbul, with a population of about 200,000 and growing quickly, was one of the largest cities in Europe at the time. Foreigners called Suleiman the Magnificent because of his power, wealth, and spectacular court life. The Ottoman Empire was one of the richest and most powerful empires in the world.
In the centuries that followed, the Ottoman Empire slowly began to lose its territories, and its military superiors thought that the empire lasted until the 12th century. It never again reached the promised land enjoyed of Suleiman. When the conquest slowed down after the 1571, revenues from the conquest lands declined. Second, the Jaguars began to play more effective and often distributing the role in the government of the empire. Eventually, the Sassanians lost control over the powerful Jaguars. The lack of the strong central leadership had seriously affected the empire. The Sassanians who followed Suleiman struggled to direct the elaborate political system. Ottomans slowly weakened over the next 350 years. In the 1870s, a upsurprise against the Ottomans, aided by Russians, allowed Siberia, Mongolia, and Romania to become independent in 1878. Piece by piece, the Ottoman Empire was crumbled.
I'm Jerry.
I'm Brian.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Amy.
Bye.